Hey guys, and welcome. We got ourselves the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them review. Yes, I watched the movie, and all I can say is J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers definitely took this and knocked it out the park. It's a beautiful movie, great storytelling, and it's not a prequel, of course, to the Harry Potter series, but it definitely tells a lot of stuff that's going on with the Newt Scamander and, his adventures before he writes that book that becomes one of the textbooks in the series. Also, we get to hear about Grindelwald and all the stuff that happened before Harry Potter that they get mentioned lightly in the Harry Potter universe movie series, but we get to it's brought more to the forefront, so which is pretty cool. Newt's the main character, but all the other noise is also being brought a little closer to the front of the universe. It's no longer going to be just considered background noise just to fill in, okay, so who's Grindelwald and what did he do? If you've read the books, you know all that. But it looks like some of the stuff they left out in the movie might be brought back into this series, which is going to be a 5-movie series, and I'm hoping it does. So hopefully we'll get to see Albus Dumbledore and his sister and his brother and what happened with him and Grindelwald and the whole story. This is something that would be phenomenal and great. Something that was left out in the later chapters in the Harry Potter movies, which will be great for this movie series, will be great because, it's something that will be telling us all of that, but also get to see Newt Scamander with his whole adventures and different creatures, and it was definitely something that would be really cool to see. Now, when they first announced that this movie was being made, I was all for it, because I was like, great, now we get to see the guy who wrote the book and see what kind of adventures he went on that helped him write the books and tell us about these creatures and all that. Now, let's start off with what this movie picks up. It picks up already after he's already picked up a few creatures. He's carrying in that suitcase and stuff like that, but events are going on. Grindelwald is scaring everybody in London and all that, and people in the wizards in America are dealing with stuff like that or wondering what's going on. Also, they're having attacks and they don't know what's going on and where these attacks are coming from. And Newt comes into town around the time that these weird attacks are happening. They're thinking it's Grindelwald. They're not 100% sure, but they're just wondering what's going on. He comes into town. He has all these magical creatures in his cases. Now, we get to see some of these creatures, and in the case... Okay, the thing about this is, like, when they showed the Harry Potter in the tent, and when he walked in, there's all this magical... That was even better when he walked into a suitcase. We got to see Grindylows. That was the only creature I recognized right away. The other ones we have never seen in the screen before. Now, they're definitely amazing, beautiful creatures. I'm wondering if we're going to get to see Blessed and Scroots in these movies, or any other creatures. But yeah, we can see different creatures that he has in there, which are definitely amazing and really cool looking. And he's finding ways, what could be used, what each creature, like, I can't remember the name of this one creature, but he could be used to heal or to help forget, which is a lot of cool stuff that they had in this movie. I gotta see this movie again because I know I missed a lot of stuff. But Newt Scamander is played by Eddie Redmayne, and he brings his character with a lot of vulnerability. And his character is very nice and very, very caring. You can tell he's a very caring person, very nice. He cares for these creatures like Hermione cared for the elves, the house elves. And she was, like, in the books, she was very, like, that's not fair how they're being treated. That's not right, blah, blah, blah. That's how he is with these creatures. He's very, like, these are misunderstood creatures. They're being attacked or not being treated fairly because nobody understands them. I'm trying to understand. I'm saying, hey, these creatures are not dangerous. They're just being protective because they felt they're being attacked, which is really cool and very amazing how it's being done. And the way he portrays his character is amazing. And he's a really great actor. So, and he has great range. So I was like, that's really cool. Really cool. Then you have, what's his name? Colin Farrell playing a character. Now in the trailer, you see that he looks like he's gonna be playing a bad guy. And you're sitting there like, oh, he's a bad guy. And yeah, that's what it looks like the whole time. The movie, it's not really holding back on if he's a bad guy or not. You're like, maybe that's just the way he portrayed. Oh, you can see it's like, come on. If you could play that just a little bit, maybe they're trying to say, no, let's not use that formula of, saying he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy, and he's pretending not to be a bad guy. Awesome, poof, he's a bad guy. But let's just say, hey, he's a bad guy, keep it up there. Like, yeah, he's a bad guy, but, we're not going to do the big reveal of, that he's a big bad guy, like attacking everybody. No, he's just a bad guy who's after something, So it's like that kind of reveal was kind of like, it was like, ooh, everybody's like, yeah, we already knew. It wasn't that was kept secret, which was pretty cool. Then you have Ezra Miller, who's in the movie, he plays like, it's basically like him and his family are witch hunters, like the Salem witch hunters, stuff like that. So he's like, witches are here, they're bad, we got to do something about this before they take us out, which is pretty cool. This character is very, reserved and very, like, he's a mama's boy basically, but take it to the next level, like, just sad looking and everything. And he did a really good job. It'd be great to see, him, playing the Flash, see if he could do an amazing job with that character. But with this movie, he had this bowl haircut and everything like that. He played like this sad looking boy, very frightening, very, just pathetic looking boy. But he does a really good job at, like, just being sad and pathetic. But, still come off as, like, can you help me? Kind of like, like, not the kind of guy like, oh, you just get the hell out of my face, just leave me alone. You kind of feel sorry for him when he gets picked on. So you're like, oh, that's kind of messed up. And, he's they're like, do whatever he can to just, fight these witches, like, bring it to the light, saying, hey, look, they're real. We got to get rid of them. Let's burn them at the stake. Oh! And his mom is at the forefront of doing all this as well. All amongst this, you have Newt trying to find his creatures, and he runs into a muggle, or Nomad, as they're mentioned in this movie, which is pretty cool, because, he befriends him and all that, and they asked him, did they obliviate him, and he said no. He was about to, but he didn't get a chance to, right? But when they say they have to take, obliterate his memory, he was kind of like, no, I don't want to. He became friends with him. He found himself a friend who's not a magician, but wasn't afraid of him, but was more like him, was in wonder of all the creatures that he has seen. And he was more like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is real. I'm not dreaming. And, he was more, like, I want to know. He's like, I need to know what's going on. I need to know what is this? What is that? He's very, like, wide-eyed, like, little kid. And, it was really cool how they became really good, friends throughout the movie. Alright, so now that we have all that out the way, comes the whole one thing that they had in his suitcase, which was Obscurial. And in the case, it's in a bubble, but it's a black smoke cloud looking thing. Basically how it looked like when they apparate, or when Voldemort and them all apparate, like this black smoke kind of thing. That's what it kind of looked like, but it's not that. But that's what the special effects, how it made it look. That's what it looks like. Now, they mentioned they mentioned that in there, and I'm like, what the hell is an Obscurial? They don't go into detail on what that is until later on in the movie, because that's a big plot point. Now, an Obscurial is basically a witch or wizard who's trying to hold back their magic and try to keep it from being, basically they don't want to use their magic, so they're going to keep it back. They don't want to be discovered. They don't want to be killed off. But what happens is, from all that pent up, all that holding it in, it just overtakes them, and this Obscurial basically takes over, and it just basically, they let out these big old bursts of magical powers during emotional moments. But witches can't contain it, can't, control it. They die at a young age. They say that none of it's ever passed a certain age, and they all died off, which is very sad and very messed up. And they're looking for an Obscurial in this movie, and they want, Colin Farrell's character wants the Obscurial for his own means, and so this is a fight against that, but him trying to get all these creatures before they get killed off. And of course, they mention his love interest. They don't say love interest; they just the way they mention it, he just kind of keeps it back. But it's it's Lestrange. I'm thinking. I didn't research it yet. I think it's Bellatrix Lestrange's mom, aunt, most likely mom. But yeah, it's kind of sitting there like, wow, that's another tie-in to the whole, Harry Potter world, and what we could see. So it looks like we're bringing more backstory, more stuff from that universe, and give more of that, more backstory to that universe, which is amazing and great, which I definitely find fantastic. Now, they don't really go into, they just talk about how they were, different, and how they were best friends in school, like Harry and Lily, where they were different, how they fight, but they became really good friends, and they flourished. But with them, it didn't look like it flourished as much, which is kind of like, or Ron and Hermione, how they were friends, also, they found out they really liked each other, and all of a sudden, boom. But with them, it looks like it didn't go any further than that, and it just kind of like, and for him, it kind of like hurt to even talk about it. He didn't want to talk about that. It was something that he just didn't want to talk about, which is kind of like, oh, that sucks. But he like, but I want to know more. What happened? What's going on? What? Hopefully we will get more answers about that, or maybe it's just something that they just kind of referenced, but we'll have to wait and find out. Now, the two wizards that Scamander meets are sisters. One can read minds, which is crazy. She can read your thoughts, what you're thinking, but she can't read Newt's because of their accents. It's just hard for her to read. But she said that when he was hurt and he was in pain, she was able to read his mind because he was in so much pain that she was able to read what he was saying. And I was kind of like, but he would still have an accent. But I guess it makes it a lot easier for her to read there. So she can read her sisters and all that. And yeah, it was kind of crazy, kind of cool. Now the whole movie is just not him looking for creatures. That is one of the things, but it's just the growing threat of what's going on in the wizarding world of them trying to keep secret. Now they even mentioned that in America and in London or UK. When it comes to witches and wizards, the wizards and the humans, some will know about them and some don't. They don't obliterate them. They think of them as friends. But here in the US, they're like, no, keep them. You can't be friends with them. You can't be around them. If they know anything, you have to obliterate their memory right away. Well, of course, Linda has a total thing like, don't obliterate the memory. If they're not going to be malice or anything like that, if they don't fear you or anything like that, if they're more like, friends, by all means, welcome. Look what we have to offer and, stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So you can see the total difference between, how things are handled in each country, which is pretty cool. And of course, you have the whole difference between whose wizarding school is better and all that, which is pretty cool, pretty awesome. But yeah, if you have not seen The Fantastic Beasts, I urge you, check this movie out. If you loved the Harry Potter universe, you'll definitely enjoy this. Thoroughly enjoy it. It was very well written. 5 movies, so there's gonna be 4 more movies after this that we're gonna get. Don't know what to expect, but I just know that it's just gonna be a really good ride, just like the Harry Potter franchise. If you've seen the movie, let me know what your favorite moments were. If you enjoyed it, if you're like, it was good, but it could have been better, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys around for more movie reviews, unboxings, gameplays, and other cool stuff. Alright guys, see you next time, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.